Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the channel and to another video. So you've seen a lot of moving around there of the Civic and the Polo and stuff because we're going to work on the Polo today. My 1998 6N Volkswagen Polo that you've seen on the channel before. Somehow, I don't know how, but on the channel in the last week maybe, I've gone from like 115 or 110 subscribers or something like that to like 140 within a couple of days, whatever's going on. So if you're one of those new subscribers, you wouldn't have seen any of the Polo content before. So again, the playlist is linked down there for you if you want to check it out if you're a Volkswagen person. So the story with this car, very, very quickly. As I said, 1998, 1 litre single point injection. I guess what you'd call like a BarnFind or a field find. It's sat up for 19 years or 20 years outside of dude's house. And I got it with 14,999 miles on it. And it currently has 17,360 something on it. So it doesn't get a lot of use, which I feel bad about it because it's such a cool little car. But it's almost actually over a year, 13 months out of NCT. It needs a couple of things. Well, it doesn't need anything for that test. It's kind of in NCT mode now where like I have the spacers taken off. It's back on the steel wheels. That's kind of, oh yeah, there's just a couple of differences like that. It's stuff that I have to, will change back once the NCT is done and pass, which it should pass. The other things that I want to do are just cosmetic, kind of like a version 2 of the Polo I think we're going to go for. So before I do all of that, there's a couple of other things. We need to tax it, we need to insure it. By the time you watch this video, both of those will be done. And NCT is the last thing. Now, I'm on a waiting list for the NCT. When the places get super busy, they put you on what's called a priority list. I could get a phone call or a text tonight saying there's a space tomorrow. Do you want it, yes or no? So, but for now, while we're waiting on that, there's a couple of cosmetic things I want to change. Obviously, if you've seen any of the other videos, you know, these are the wheels on it. 15 by 5.5 work VSKF. They're absolutely filthy, so I need to clean them down, give them a really, really good clean and a polish. We also have, it's up here. Now, I don't know if I'll actually use these or not, but let's put them out on the workbench over here and I will show you. Hang on a second now. So they are, I don't think it's an OE thing, but it kind of looks like this kind of thing that would have been an OE option. So maybe it's a replica of an OE option. But they're like a side decal or sticker, or whatever you want to call it. Obviously Polo in the Polo font. And then just a nice little stripe the whole way up. So they would start at the bottom of the quarter and go all the way up along there. And they're in, you can't really tell there in the pictures or in the video. I mean, it looks like it's black, but they're actually kind of like a charcoal or gunmetal kind of colour. So I think they'd be cool against the silver. I got them from someone in England. I don't remember the girl's name. I feel bad, but I don't remember her name. So I think they'd be kind of cool, but before I do that, it'll need a wash and a polish. That'll probably be the last thing that gets done. And then let me grab the other item I have to go on the car. Okay, this is kind of a precarious situation to be in here because I'm climbing over Civic parts and climbing over the Beetle. I gotta figure it out. Oh my goodness. There we go. Now, right, let's put these on the ground over here. Actually, we'll throw them up on the table. They're a replica set of what people call the anniversary side skirts. They're like a GTI anniversary side skirts. They're usually labelled as fitting a Bora or a Mark IV Golf. Now, it's hard to see the shape of them there because they're darker colours. They're just kind of a cool little body contour all the way along up there. But if you're a Volkswagen person, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'll also stick a little picture in here. I think they look pretty good on it. And I had no real intention of looking for anything like that or really doing anything more body styling wise to the car, but they popped up on Facebook and I got them at an incredible deal, and a friend of mine was willing to go and pick them up, and she happened to be coming to Galway anyway, so she brought them with her. Now you might be wondering, do they fit a Polo? Because I didn't know if they'd fit a Polo or not, but let me show you. They are indeed a perfect fit. Now, obviously this is getting fit on top of the existing, you know, the mud or the torch liner stuff is in the way there and all that, but they're essentially a perfect fit, like millimeter perfect fit. I don't actually know if there's a front and a back. There's no real way to tell, but either way, I don't think it'll be a big deal to figure that out. But yeah, a perfect fit, which is pretty sweet. I'm going to put the car in the air, see if there's any way to tell if there's a front and back on those side skirts. Also, give you a look underneath this car because I realised I never really showed off how clean the underneath of this car is, being so low mileage as well. So let's put the car in the air at least anyway and let you take a look. It's amazing to see something like this that's still in such good shape. Like, look at the inside of the sill, the outside of the sill. Even like that's even still the factory underseal all along there on both sides. All the axle perches or spring perches, all that kind of stuff. It's all amazing. Like, look at that. It's absolutely unbelievable. Surface rust, obviously, but like nothing crazy. Like, look, even the clips aren't dirty. None of that stuff. The only things that are even surface rusty is the axle and the exhaust. That's to be expected. Like, all down here is all perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. And a very, very, very original car as well. Like, everything that was ever there from the factory is still there. Like, little covers there, all these little covers, and it's a pretty good dry engine too. That looks a little bit dirty because I changed the gearbox oil in it last year. Apparently they're prone to blowing up gearboxes, but if you keep on top of it, they'll do okay. The only, I guess you could say, damage that's in the car is there's a little bit of the sill there that's pushed in that I'd say at some point someone just tried to lift it up off the wrong place. That's all it is. But even that I'm not concerned with. The paint's not even cracked. But yeah, completely original car except for those coilovers that I put in it about nearly 2 years ago now, and I've done no mileage whatsoever. But like, all of this, like, even the lines are all still clean. Like, it's unbelievable. It really, really is. So as I said, I've promised in almost every video about the Polo to show you guys underneath it, and I always forget. But it's just unbelievable to see a car this old so clean. So let's get to work. Okay, so I'm going to take these out and start move the arch liner and see if it makes it any easier to fit. So like I said, it's a little bit tight, but it might just be because of these. Okay, can you see what I'm looking at? So I'm hoping it might make it a bit easier to fit. So let's see. I guess also that will give us, the lift is in the way. I have a feeling that might happen. Oh, typical. Okay, I have to drop the car down a bit and lift up the legs of the lift. What a pain in the dick. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm not in the mood to, I nearly dropped that on myself. I'm not in the mood to drop the car down and do all that kind of messing with the side skirts. So we're going to leave that. We're going to do the stickers. They look really nice on it. I love it. Really, really cool. So obviously I had done the other side before I filmed that side just to get a hang of doing it, because I've never actually really done anything like that before, and it's kind of scary trying to get them to stay straight, like horizontal, and fit nice, but I think they look really cool. Looks really nice. It's kind of hard to get, oh yeah, you can make it out there like a clearer view of how it looks. Oh, I think it's super cool. Really nice. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do now is grab one of those side skirts and let's offer it up and see if it fits or how well it fits, and if we're gonna use them at all, because if not, we'll just move on. Okay, so as I said about 400 times already in this video, I don't know if there's a front or back to these, so we're just gonna offer them up as they are right here and see what happens. Okay, the fit is good. Fit is definitely good. There will be a little bit of tension on it there, but I mean, yeah, that can be tidied up. Let's see what they look like. It's very, very difficult to tell because obviously it's a really dark colour, so it doesn't really look like there's any change at all, but I think they look good. Looking at it here in person, needs to be lifted a little bit more in that corner and just a little bit of adjustment over there, but they are pretty much perfect fit. So with a bit of adhesive all the way along there, and there's a screw that goes in the front there with the arch liner, I think they'd stay on forever. I think they'd be perfectly fine. So I think just for my own peace of mind and to let you guys see, I'm going to do a visual. Say that's them. Oh, if I can get the camera to stay still. That's them on the car. And that's it off the car. So realistically, it doesn't really make much difference. Actually, you know what, just forget everything I just said there. I spent another couple of minutes off camera looking at it, taking it off, putting it back on, taking it off, putting it back on. Had a couple of photos, you know, swiping back and forth between the photos, and I don't think there's enough of a difference to merit the time putting into painting them. I don't think it makes enough of a difference. I looked at some of my favourite polos. I'll put a couple of pictures in here. Graham's one in particular has no side skirts on it. It looks amazing. Johan's one has side skirts on it, but he also has a Rieger front lip, which looks way more aggressive. So I think for now, I think I'm going to forget about it. I'm going to get them, throw them up in storage up there for a while, and maybe in the future, if I come across one of the Rieger front lips, maybe I'll put one of those on it, and then the side skirts as well. But for now, I'm going to put those away back into storage and forget about that idea. So let's move on, and what do we do? I guess we could polish the wheels. Da, 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 ba, ba, da, ba. Boom. Passed. Brilliant. So, excuse the little mild interruption there, but about 15 minutes after I spoke about polishing the wheels, I got contacted about the NCT. They said if you can bring it in tonight, bring it in tonight. Brought it in, passed. Fantastico. So it'll be very nice now to be able to put that in the window for another year. So we're going to do that in a second, and then we'll move on to polishing the wheels. But wheels completely change a car. They make a car look so different. And going from obviously the gammy looking factory steels to those beauties, the car just looks so different. I'm super hyped at it. Alright then, so next job, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I'm gonna see what I can do about all this I don't know what I guess it's the outside laminate separating from the glass or something, I don't know. But as I said earlier, I was going to look for some black vinyl and I got sorted. I called to, there's a place on the way to the city, right there called Alan. He's done all my signs for work for years, and I just asked him if he had an offcut, thinking he'd just give me a couple of scraps, and he gave me a sheet there that's about 2 foot long by however wide. So I'm going to make a little tape template, and we'll try and do this as cleanly. I'm not going to go too crazy with it, but we'll try and do it as clean as I can, at least anyway. Just take the kind of crappy look off the edge of the window there. Not feeling that at all. That looks, quite frankly, that looks worse. So I think we're going to just take that off and live with the kind of marks or stains that's on it. It's like that. Maybe gloss wrap or vinyl would have been better. But yeah, no, that looks terrible. Let's get rid of that. That's a shame because I thought that idea was going to work. Oh well. Okay, it's worth a shot, I guess. As I've mentioned already, at least I think I mentioned already, that's the completely standard backlights. Obviously, I have the reverse lens on that side. Now, I have a driver side lens off a German car, which I got off ebay.de, which obviously is the same as that, but on this side. And I like the look of that because it gets rid of that ugly square, but it means I don't have a reverse light. But I have a bunch of other options. So I have a 16 valve set, and I have something quite special actually that I'll show you in a couple of minutes. But I think I'll put them on. I'll take a quick little clip of each one. Obviously I'll have made the decision by the time you watch this, but I'd be interested to hear in the comments what you guys might think, which set of lights you think would be cooler on it. So let's throw those on and let's get some opinions. There's what I was talking about. That's an OE light from a left-hand drive. So you can see it eliminates that ugly square for the reverse light. I think that looks pretty cool too. Way cleaner, much cleaner. But I'll put on the 16 valve ones and you'll see the difference. The 16 valve ones, and as you can see, they're a lot darker. Now, I don't know if they're smoked like that from the factory, but I know that from the factory they do have those stripes all the way across them. They probably are like that from the factory because I know the Japanese, yes, there's a Japanese market, technically a JDM Volkswagen Polo. The lights are the same, but those stripes are white and they look unreal. But I've never found a set of them for sale. And even if you do, I think they're mad money. But it does still have the square on that side, but I'm not really gone on the smoked sort of look. I think I prefer the OE ones. I'm not sure. But again, let me know in the comments. I do have one more set to show you. And that last set, God, they look so cool in the most ridiculous way, is these. Now, if you were my age, like if you were in your 40s or late 30s or something like that, you probably had a set of something like that on your car, what we used to call Lexus lights back in the day. People just call them clears nowadays, I guess, or something. They're so goofy in the best possible way. But very quickly, the story with those, I have a friend, a big shout out to Dave. He works in the NCT centre there in the city, and he texted me a couple of weeks ago and he said, have you any interest in these? And I said, send me a picture. Or he said, have you any interest in lights for the Polo? And I said, yeah, send me a picture. And he sent me those and I was like, absolutely, I have interest in those. How much do you want? And he said, nothing. He was given them for free by somebody else. He obviously doesn't have a Polo, so he passed on that favour to me. So a massive thanks to Dave for these. I think they look absolutely fantastic. Now, if I remember right, to make them work, you have to kind of chop and change and repin some of the wires on the lights as opposed to on the loom and the harness in the car, which is fine because I had them on my old Polo, which you could kind of see on the wall over there. So whether I'll use them or not, I don't know. I might just save them for if I was going to a show or a Cars and Coffee or something like that. But they look absolutely brilliant. And not only do they look cool, but they are brand new in the wrapper, in the box. Never ever even put on a car. It's absolutely incredible. God knows how old they are, how long they were sitting in a box or something. But as much as I love them, I think we're going to go for the factory ones. Yeah, much better. What a fun little car. I absolutely love it. I know I say it every single time I talk about this car, but it's so much fun to drive. It's just like a little Hot Wheels. It looks like a little Hot Wheels. I must check if there's actually someone has made a Volkswagen Polo Hot Wheels, because I'll definitely get one. Such a good looking car. Absolutely love it. What a little weapon. So cool. So I guess I would like to thank everybody for watching, because I know the Polo is not really everybody's cup of tea, but look, you know, it's still something fun, and as I always say, one of my favourite cars for sure. God, what a cool little car. Okay, so look, with that being said, I'm going to say thanks for watching. We'll be back again soon, more Pacific Progress coming soon, so talk to you later. Peace.